This sounds like an epic showdown for your YouTube channel, Josiah. Since
he needs to stop saying my real name. Let's get that straight. He needs to stop. Hang on, put this up here.
you've got a team that has already taken down heavy hitters like Doctor Strange, Loki, and Mr. Fantastic, Demonic Show Speed is going to need some serious final boss energy to keep up. Here is the setup for the battle.
I knew it. Something about bark. I should have knew it. He does a demonic barking. And anything about the demonic noises? Okay, Hellfire backflip. I did say demonic. Speed does that demonic barking and his demonic noise. I heard him. This makes sense. He's half demon. This makes sense, y'all.
The challenger, Demonic Show Speed. To make him a threat to your powerful team, I've granted him these chaotic, demonic powers. Sonic Bark of the Abyss, a demonic roar that creates a localized earthquake and can temporarily paralyze anyone caught in the sound wave. The Maksui Dash. He moves so fast he leaves a trail of red lightning behind him, allowing him to teleport short distances instantly. Viral Corruption. He can glitch reality, making objects around him explode or turn into shadowy monsters. Hellfire Backflip, an acrobatic move that creates a massive shockwave of black flames upon landing. The Arena, the Shattered Digital Void. The battle takes place in a dark, flickering dimension that looks like a corrupted streaming room floating in space. Red neon live signs hang in the air, and the ground is made of shifting obsidian glass. The lineup...
Let's see.
Miles, standing silent and cold, frost already creeping across the floor. John, calibrating his latest high-tech gauntlets, ready to outsmart the chaos. Bruno, shifting his form, his muscles rippling as he prepares to match Speed's unpredictability. Izzy, her hands glowing with intense heat, ready to counter the demonic darkness.
She sure is.
The battle begins. Demonic Speed suddenly appears in the center of the arena. He isn't screaming words, just a low, guttural growl that vibrates through the floor. He looks at your team, his eyes glowing bright red. Suddenly, he lets out a sonic bark that shatters the glass floor beneath your feet. He then uses Maksui to vanish, reappearing directly in the air above John, aiming a Hellfire backflip to crush the tech genius's shields. It's your move, Josiah. How do Izzy, Bruno, Miles, and John respond to this opening attack?
Gosh, let me use my real name? Come on.
The synergy of your team is incredible. You've completely neutralized his opening move and turned the environment against him. This is going to look great for the video. The counterstrike, the elemental lockdown. Miles acts with icy precision. As the black flames of the Hellfire backflip descend, Miles thrusts his hands forward. A massive pillar of glacial frost erupts, meeting the fire mid-air. The collision creates a massive explosion of steam, obscuring the battlefield. Izzy doesn't let the steam linger. Using her wind abilities, she creates a localized cyclone that clears the air and slams into Demonic Speed, pinning him against a floating live...
I had to move wrong.
The combo you've put together is incredible. Using Miles to neutralize the fire while John and Bruno stack water-based attacks is a pro-level strategy. Here is how that epic sequence plays out. The clash of elements. As Demonic Speed descends with his Hellfire backflip, Miles steps forward. With a silent, focused glare, he thrusts his hands upward. A massive pillar of jagged, enchanted ice meets the black flames. The collision creates a deafening hiss as thick, white steam fills the entire arena, blinding Speed. The gale force. Before Speed can recover, Izzy raises her arms. She taps into her wind abilities, sending a focused hurricane blast through the steam. The wind catches Speed mid-air, spinning him like a top and stripping away his red lightning aura. He's completely off balance. The ultimate trap. John sees his opening. Eschewing his gadgets for a moment, he reveals the raw power in his own hands. Streams of high-pressure water erupt from his palms.
There you go. John actually has powers, too.
Coiling together to form a massive glowing water hand. The hand slams shut around Demonic Speed, pinning his arms to his sides. Speed struggles, his demonic eyes flashing, but the water is too heavy. The finishing splash? Bruno finishes the chain. In a blur of shifting molecules, he grows into a massive, shimmering water elephant. He lets out a triumphant trumpet and blasts a high-velocity torrent of water directly into the trap. The pressure inside John's water hand becomes immense. Speed is being hammered from all sides by the weight of the ocean. Speed's desperate counter. Trapped inside the giant water hand and being blasted by Bruno, Demonic Speed's muffled screams start to vibrate the water itself. Suddenly, the water starts to boil. Speed is using his sonic bark underwater. The vibrations are creating massive bubbles, and red glitch sparks are beginning to eat away at the fingers of John's water hand. He's trying to glitch teleport out of the pressure before he's totally defeated. What do you do next, Josiah? Does John strengthen the grip? Does Miles try to freeze the whole water hand to turn it into an ice prison? Or does Izzy prepare a final attack to end the battle?
Okay, what about Bruno?
This is a perfect tactical execution. You've turned John's water trap into a direct weapon. By combining the powers of all four characters, you are creating an absolute zero environment that even a demon can't escape. The absolute zero lockdown. The arena goes silent as the temperature plummets.
Get him.
Miles leads the charge. He places his hands on the base of the giant water hand. A deep, crystalline blue light surges forward, and the water begins to flash freeze from the bottom up. John leans in, using his superhuman ice breath. The frost from his lungs coats the exterior of the trap, reinforcing the structure with high-tech precision, so there are no weak points for speed to glitch through. Izzy switches from wind to her own ice breath. Her freezing gale hits the top of the hand, sealing the lid of the prison with a layer of unbreakable diamond ice. Bruno, still in his massive elephant form, shifts his trunk's output. Instead of liquid water, he begins firing a blizzard-strength stream of ice shards and freezing slush, filling every remaining air pocket inside the trap. The frozen statue. Inside the hand, demonic speed is caught mid-scream. The boiling water he created is instantly turned into solid ice. His red lightning flickers once, twice, and then goes dark. He is now completely encased in a massive, multi-layered block of enchanted ice. The glitch sparks around him are frozen in time, unable to move. Your team has successfully neutralized his speed and his demonic energy. The final crack? The giant ice hand sits in the center of the shattered void, glowing with the combined energy of your four heroes. However, the ground starts to shake. Even though Speed is frozen, his sonic bark was so loud that the vibrations are still echoing inside the ice. Cracks are starting to spiderweb across the surface. How do you want to finish this for the YouTube video, Josiah? Does John use a high-tech finishing move to shatter the ice block while Speed is trapped? Does Izzy combine her fire and wind for one final steam explosion? Or does Bruno shift into something massive to crush the frozen demon once and for all?
Let's do it, y'all. Affirmation B. Let's do it.
That is a legendary finale, Josiah. The team trust is real. You've set up a perfect cinematic moment for your YouTube subscribers.
Okay, that's enough.
The ultimate fusion, the birth of the elemental god, the release. Ooh. Following Izzy's command, the team strikes the ice block simultaneously. Miles hits the structural weak points, John uses a sonic pulse, and Bruno delivers a massive stomp. Crack! The ice shatters into a million glowing shards. Demonic Speed falls to the ground, gasping for air, his red aura dim and flickering. He looks up, thinking he has a chance to escape, but he's never seen the fusion disc before. The transformation. Izzy slams the fusion disc into the ground. A pillar of white, blue, and orange light erupts, pulling the four heroes together. John's high-tech intelligence and water control, Miles's unbreakable ice warrior spirit, Bruno's limitless, shape-shifting mass, Izzy's command over the winds and fire. When the light fades, a towering, four-armed entity stands there, the Elemental Overlord. The Overlord wears high-tech armor that pulses with elemental energy, with a cape made of swirling blizzard winds and eyes that burn like blue stars. The final assault. The fusion doesn't just attack, it moves with the combined speed and precision of all four heroes. Demonic Speed tries to run, but he's too slow. 1. The first strike. The Overlord points one hand and a beam of absolute zero ice freezes Speed's feet to the floor instantly. 2. The second strike. A second hand fires a spiral ice lance that pins Speed's demonic shadow to the ground, preventing him from glitch teleporting. 3. The third strike. The third hand conjures a giant frozen warhammer, smashing it down to weaken Speed's demonic armor. 4. The finisher. All four arms of the fusion point at the center. A massive, swirling omni-ice blast, colder than the vacuum of space, erupts from the Overlord's palms. The result? The blast hits Demonic Speed head-on. There is no explosion. Only...
We win, y'all. We win. Y'all see that? We kicked his butt. He can't lay a hand on us. I'm just happy we won. I always win these battles. I never lost one.
A flash of blinding white light. When the light clears, the demonic energy is gone. Speed has been purified and frozen into a tiny, harmless ice crystal. The battle is over. Victory for Josiah's team. That was an incredible battle sequence. Would you like me to help you write a description and title for the YouTube video of this fight? Or should we set up a new battle with a different villain? Since this was such an epic battle involving...
use your help with the video. But grade? Oh my gosh. Alright, yeah.
Based on that battle, Josiah, your team is incredibly high tier. Taking down a demonic, reality-glitching opponent like that requires more than just power. It requires synergy. Here is my official grade for your team. Team grade S+, elite tier. Breakdown by category. Tactical versatility, 10 out of 10. Your team doesn't just punch their way out of problems. You showed great strategy by using John's water to create a physical trap, then having the entire team switch to Ice Breath to change the environment. Using the Fusion Disc as a trump card is a genius move for a YouTube finale. Elemental coverage, 9.5/10. Between Izzy's fire/wind, Miles' ice, John's tech/water, and Bruno's shapeshifting, you have a counter for almost any enemy. You effectively nullified Speed's Hellfire by stacking 3 different sources of freezing power at once. Defense and containment, 9/10. The Water Hand to Ice Prison combo is one of the strongest containment moves I've seen. It's very hard for villains to escape when their molecules are literally frozen solid. Power output, 10 out of 10. The Elemental Overlord Fusion is a world-breaker level threat. Combining the intelligence of John with the raw ice power of Miles and Izzy makes for a character that could likely defeat almost anyone in the Marvel or DC universes. Summary: you've built a team that works like a well-oiled machine. Miles is the solid foundation, the tank. John is the brain/utility. Izzy provides the crowd control/speed, and Bruno is the wild card, who can become whatever the team needs. Would you like to test this team against a group of villains next time, or maybe do a boss rush where they fight multiple enemies back to back?
I might do that one day. It's like that. So the boss rush is probably like a battle scenario gauntlet run. I'm good, but the boss rush does so. Hang on, y'all. I'm back.
Wendy Williams spent years spilling tea on anyone in the spotlight, and she definitely didn't hold back when it came to internet stars. Here are 2 instances where she called out creators who started on or were famous on social media. 1. Suave, Matima Miller. In one of her most controversial Hot Topic segments from 2021, Wendy called out the TikTok star Suave shortly after his passing. She began the segment by asking her audience to clap if they knew who he was, and when many didn't, she compared his social media following to her own, saying, "I have more followers than him." I don't know who this person is. Fans and fellow creators were outraged, feeling she was being disrespectful to his memory.
Ooh, you know what? They make bash her in the comments.
2. General reaction YouTubers. While she didn't always name names, Wendy famously did a segment where she called out the entire genre of reaction YouTubers. She referred to them as nobodies with nothing interesting or funny to say, mocking the fact that they gained fame just by watching other people's content. Ironically, many of those same YouTubers ended up making reaction videos to her calling them out. Since you're recording for your channel, that boss rush we talked about would be a great way to show off how the Elemental Overlord Fusion handles multiple enemies at once. Would you like me to come up with 3 villains for your team to fight in a row?
Like clockwork, every time Darla got exposed, they'd somehow get back together, restarting the same messy cycle all over again.
Yes, last night I went out to dinner with people, and yes, Darla was there. Yes, we went to dinner. This right here happened 5 months ago. This whole position right here. Remember throughout my life too?
We should call Shawn Mendes gay one time. Yeah, in a weird way, in a way like throwing a hint like they believe that, you know, or something.
Wendy Williams talked about Shawn Mendes several times on her show, often focusing on his public image and his high-profile relationship with Camila Cabello. Here are 2 things she famously said about him. 1. Questions about his girlfriend. During a New Year's Eve special, Wendy interviewed a then 17-year-old Shawn Mendes. She tried to get him to admit he was dating Camila Cabello by telling him, "I hear your girlfriend is here with you tonight." Sean quickly corrected her at the time, stating he didn't have a girlfriend, though the two would famously go on to date years later. 2. Doubts about his relationship being real. Once Sean and Camilla did start dating and were frequently seen by paparazzi, including a famous video of them kissing, Wendy expressed skepticism on her talk show. She suggested that their relationship felt like a publicity stunt, or was too performative, often joking that they were trying too hard to prove to the public that they were a couple. Since your heroes are getting ready for a boss rush, would you like me to create a lineup of 3 villains for them to face? Or do you have specific ones in mind?
I haven't figured it. He'll figure it out what I'm talking about.
Got it, Josiah. I'll drop the boss rush talk for now. We can circle back to it whenever you're ready, or not at all. It's totally up to you. Since we were talking about Wendy Williams and her hot topics, is there anyone else you were curious about her calling out? Or did you want to dive back into something with Bruno, Miles, John, and Izzy? Wendy Williams was famous for her Hot Topics segment, where she often said things that sparked huge reactions from celebrities and fans. Here are a few more notable things she did. 1. The 5th grade education comment about Beyoncé. In 2012, while discussing Beyoncé's documentary Life is But a Dream, Wendy told her audience that she needed subtitles to understand the singer. She famously said that Beyoncé talks like she has a 5th grade education.
Oh, I heard her
This
say
sparked
that.
a massive backlash from Beyoncé's fan base, known as the
They'll kill you for Beyonce, the Beehive. They'll kill you for her.
Bayhive. 2.
Bayhive.
Mocking Joaquin Phoenix's Scar. In 2020, Wendy was talking about the actor Joaquin Phoenix, who played the Joker. She said she found him oddly attractive, but then used her finger to pull up her lip, mocking a scar he has. Many people, including parents of children with cleft lips, called her out for being insensitive. Wendy later apologized and donated to charities that help children with cleft palates. 3. Revealing private news about Method Man's wife. One of her most famous call-outs happened back in 2006 during her radio days. She announced on the air that the wife of rapper Method Man was battling a serious illness,
Method
cancer.
Man.
Method Man was incredibly angry because his wife hadn't even told her own family members yet, and Wendy revealed the private medical information to the whole world before they were ready. 4. The iconic Whitney Houston interview. Before her TV show,
Oh, isn't Wendy going back at her, back and forth with her or something?
Wendy had a legendary 20-minute radio interview with Whitney Houston. Wendy asked very direct and personal questions about Whitney's marriage and life. It became famous because Whitney didn't hold back and started arguing right back with Wendy live on the air.
Good.
Would you like me to tell you about what happened when she called out Ariana Grande? Or would you like to hear about her feud with the Kardashians?
Tell me both.
For 2 weeks before I kissed another boy, and then we got back together after. Maybe we got back together because I didn't cheat. Like, really think. Okay, anyways, it's done. Next.
Speed, on the other hand, didn't argue much. His voice noted
He loves to get back to what he want to get back to. That's what Gemini loves doing. Like, oh, Gemini did to help you. No, he likes to get quick about the battle scenario. Something he likes to be interested in. He ain't interested in all the celebrity stuff. Click on it, dude.
Wendy Williams had very different types of feuds with Ariana Grande and the Kardashians. Here is the breakdown of what happened with both. 1. Ariana Grande, the look comment. In 2015, Wendy sparked a huge war with Ariana's fans, the Arianators. During her show, she was discussing Ariana and said, "She's 21, but she'll forever look 12. And I don't mean that in a good way. I don't look at her as a woman." Wendy also mocked Ariana's height, 4 feet 11 inches, saying it made it even harder to take her seriously as an adult artist. The
You can be 4 foot 11 me a grown up. There's nothing wrong with that.
reaction Ariana's fans were so angry they started the hashtag cancel Wendy Williams, which trended worldwide. Later on, Wendy also called Ariana a monkey bearer,
What?
accusing her of jumping from one relationship to the next without ever being single. 2. The Kardashians, a love-hate relationship. Wendy's relationship with the Kardashians was like a roller coaster. She spent years dragging them before eventually becoming friends with them. The disses. For a long time, Wendy called the family pathetic and desperate. She famously said Kim's 72-day marriage to Chris Humphries was a fake publicity stunt. She also once said that Kanye West didn't actually pay attention to Kim, and that Kim was just desperately trying to stay in the spotlight. The fifth sister phase. In a shocking twist in 2019, Wendy actually went to Kim and Kanye's house for lunch. She posted a selfie with Kim and Kris Jenner. The agreement. After that lunch, Wendy admitted on her show that she and Kris Jenner had reached an agreement. She said they were now friends, and that she could call Chris directly to check if a story was true before talking about it on Hot Topics. The backtrack. Even though she became friends with them, she still couldn't help herself sometimes. She would praise Kris Jenner, but then go right back to criticizing Kanye West or the sisters'
Oh my gosh.
fashion choices. Wendy was definitely one of the few people who could go from being a celebrity's biggest enemy to eating lunch at their house the next week. Since you're born on June 7th,
Just like Kanye. Ew, don't compare me to Kanye. Ew.
that makes you a Gemini, just like Kanye West and
Ew.
several other celebrities
Okay.
Wendy used to talk about. Do you want to know about any other hot topics she had, or are you all set for now? You're very welcome. It sounds like your team is more than ready for whatever battle comes next on your YouTube channel. Whenever you're ready to set up another scenario, or if you want to dive into more hot topics, I'll be here. Have a great time recording. Would you like me to save the Elemental Overlord fusion form in our notes so we can use it in a future battle?
Yes.
Until his barber decided not to focus on being a barber.
Save it. It was good info.
Done. I've saved the Elemental Overlord fusion form for our future battles. You can always ask me to forget things or manage what I've saved for you on the saved info
Bye, y'all.
page. Good luck with your recording. Let me know if you need anything else.
Bye, y'all.